This 19-year-old pizza delivery boy completely broke Nike's billion-dollar business model, and he did it with exactly $0 in marketing. Most people think you need millions of dollars to compete with giants like Nike or Adidas, but in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact psychological trick Ben Francis used to turn a tiny garage hobby into a $1.4 billion empire called Gymshark. If you're trying to build an online business today, you need to copy this exact strategy before your competitors do. Here is exactly how he did it. Look at the clothes you are wearing right now. Look at the logo on your chest or the tags on your pants. You think you bought them because you like the style or because they're comfortable? You didn't. You were targeted, engineered, and psychologically cornered into buying them. For 50 years, Nike was the undisputed dictator of human fitness. They spent $4 billion a year to pull off a massive psychological hit on your brain. They weaponized a medical phenomenon called identity fusion. They found the most elite humans on earth, Michael Jordan, Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, and spent billions to link their faces to a single logo. Your subconscious brain fell for the trap. Every time you see that swoosh, your brain secretly tells you, if I buy this, I'm buying their discipline, their status, and their power. You were not buying shoes, you were buying an artificial shot of confidence designed by corporate psychologists. But in 2012, a 19-year-old kid delivering pizzas for Pizza Hut uncovered a massive legal loophole in the human brain. He didn't have a billion of dollars, he didn't hire athletes, he had a sewing machine in a cold garage. Yet, using a dark psychological trick called parasocial manipulation, he built a $1.4 billion empire that literally caused riots in the streets of London and Los Angeles. Teenagers were not just buying hoodies, they were crying, screaming, and acting like they were in a literal cult. Nike watched this happen from their corporate glass towers, and they didn't just get jealous. They got terrified because they realized this kid had just made their $4 billion ad budget completely useless. Here is a dark story of how Gymshark weaponized social media to brainwash a generation, and why Nike is spending billions to stop them. To understand the genius of this heist, you first have to understand how Nike controlled your mind. Nike's business model was a global monopoly through human exhaustion. They look for the top 0.001% of humans on the planet. Michael Jordan, Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, and they hand them a blank check. The message is hammered into your brain every day. Winners wear Nike. If you wear anything else, you're a nobody. But there was a massive, multi-million dollar flaw in Nike's plan. To sell those clothes, Nike had to pay a middleman. Department stores, Foot Locker, retail outlets. When you bought $100 pair of Nikes, $50 went straight to the store, not Nike. Nike was bleeding profits just to keep their stores open. Enter Ben Francis. In 2012, he couldn't afford a single billboard. He couldn't even afford to pay rent. But while Nike was looking at stadium screens, Ben was looking at a tiny rising app on smartphones called Instagram. He realized that a new subculture of ordinary teenagers was uploading videos of their raw, unfiltered gym workouts. They were not millionaires, they were regular kids with cheap cameras. But they had something Nike could never buy with $4 billion: blind, absolute, fanatical trust. Think about it. When you see Cristiano Ronaldo in a $30 million Nike commercial, your brain instantly knows it's an ad. The wall goes up. You know he's being paid to look perfect. But what happens when you sit in your dark bedroom, scrolling through social media, and you see a 19-year-old gym influencer talking directly into their camera? They talk about their body insecurities. They talk about their mental health. They talk about their daily struggles. Psychologists call this a parasocial relationship. Your subconscious brain literally cannot tell the difference between that influencer and a real life best friend. So, when that influencer casually says, "Hey guys, these Gymshark leggings are amazing, link in description," your brain doesn't see a commercial. It sees a recommendation from someone you trust with your life. Ben Francis took every single piece of clothing he sewed in his garage, put them in boxes, and shipped them for free to these exact internet kids. He didn't ask for ads, he asked them to join a family. Gymshark didn't build a clothing brand, they built a digital cult. Suddenly, if you wore Gymshark to your local gym, it wasn't just clothing. It was a secret handshake. It meant you belonged to the elite internet fitness community. You were not buying cheap nylon, you were buying a ticket to belong. The financial match of this trick was absolutely brutal for the rest of the world. Gymshark grew by an astronomical 19,000% in less than 3 years, and because they sold directly from their website to the kid's smartphone, they bypassed every single retail store on earth. Gymshark kept 100% of their profit margins, while Nike was busy paying billionaire middlemen and global superstars. A kid from a UK garage was pocketing pure, uncut profit from millions of teenagers worldwide. Now, the tables have completely turned. If you look closely at what Nike is doing right now, they're terrified. They're quietly firing their traditional retail partners. They're terminating contracts with massive department stores. Why? Because Nike is frantically trying to copy the exact direct to consumer app model that Gymshark used to steal their market share. The king of sportswear is now playing catch up to a pizza delivery boy. Nike spent 50 years building an empire from the bedroom down. Gymshark built an empire from the bedroom up. The next time you put on gym clothes, ask yourself, whose cult are you actually walking into? If you want to uncover the dark, manipulative psychology behind the world's biggest brands, hit the subscribe button right now. Drop a comment below on which billion dollar empire we should expose next. See you in the next breakdown.